Okay, let's talk about creating great content. Now, I understand and respect that not everyone is a professional photographer, but you can still take some keys to really improve your content and the things that you put together. So here's a few things. I'm going to try not to get too nerdy. I'm going to try to keep it pretty bite-sized and easy to understand, but that starts with lighting. And I'm going to show this a couple different times of what is important. One, I'm in a warm room that has external light coming in. So it's a natural light that is coming this way. I also have a secondary light that if I shut off, that fill kind of goes away and that throws this back. Here, I actually have two lights. I have this is what's called a backlight or separation, and then I have a set light. So let me explain here pretty simply. If you are in any situation, let's say where you have a light, let's say you're shooting a live video, something similar to this, putting a circular LED right in front of you so you have even light is very important. Or shoot at 45 degrees. So my light is coming in this way. And you want it to be here, so if it's too high, you'll start to catch some shadows. But right at about 45 degrees is where you want it. The backlight creates separation. We'll get into that if you want me to kind of walk you through more. And then natural light. What's important is if I turn this camera around and made it so the lighting behind me was brighter than what was in front of me, I would just look like a silhouette. So be careful when you're shooting content not to shoot into the light, because that's just going to what's called wash out your image. So it'll just make them look like a 60 Minutes interview when they don't want to have their identity revealed. Two is framing. So we want to talk about the rule of thirds, and you'll notice this on your camera phone that it has this little tic-tac-toe board. What you want to do is put your object inside of those thirds, and that's going to create the most kind of artistic setup, but it gives you space to work with, and it shows context in your images. And importantly, actually, as I go through there, is you want to work back to front. So I'll talk about that in a second, but basically, look behind what you are trying to capture before on this side. Meaning, if you have in the background of this just mess all over the table, but you want to take a single picture, it's going to be nonsense. But if you clean up behind it and you want to take a photo of your dinner plate or at a local business, then you can do that with cleanliness on the backside. Three is audio. Audio, bad video. So it's pretty important. I understand there's some balance in this room, and this isn't perfect. But what you want to do is judge your environment, stay close to the microphone, and use AirPods. If you're going on your phone and you're doing a live video, AirPods work great if you're in an environment that has other noises like your office. But at the end, you can pick up a small microphone that plugs in. That it will be directional. It will be easy. But importantly, just don't do live video from a brewery or somewhere that is loud or windy. You just really need to pay attention that if you're going to do a video, make sure it's clean, make sure it's well put together. Again, something we can help you with. When it comes to photography, when you want to shoot a photo of anything, these things are so great now. Make sure if you want to highlight any particular item or something that you want to have a focal point of, shoot in portrait mode. And again, use that 45-degree light. So let's say, for instance, I want to take a photo of these headphones. What I'm going to do is I'm going to position this so my light coming in is at 45 degrees. So that way it's going to create some natural shadow, but it's also going to allow that to be lit up, meaning the actual subject. Video, here's keys to as far as iPhone video goes, always go this way. Go horizontal. And when you're doing live broadcasts, the best thing to do is use selfie mode, because you'll be able to see interaction. You'll be able to speak back and forth with it. Even if at that point you do want to go vertical, I still recommend going sideways and going horizontal with it. So you can see these things coming through, pay attention, and it's a wider image so you can get more going on there. That rolls into having a plan. This is a huge key to creating content. Yeah, snapping a photo is great, But unless it fits into what you want to do, it doesn't matter. So make sure to use your content calendar you fill out to say, oh, I want to capture this. I want to capture this. It's going to be your checklist, and using some of these ideas is going to help you pretty immensely. But when I say also have a plan, it is seek inspiration and YouTube University. I've learned a ton on there, and it's fantastic. So planning everything that you have, planning your environment, making sure that you have a set, making sure that you have something that is familiar um, and really controlled as possible. It's going to help you create great content and have things that you're proud of, things that the agency will be proud to share on your behalf.